What's going on, everyone? Juicebags here, and welcome back to some Dungeon Defenders 2. It is time to take a look at the Flameburst Tower. The return of the glorious Flameburst to Dungeon Defenders 2, of course, only comes on the Adept. Now, one thing about the Flameburst, as you see with no shards, no gear equipped, anything, the range on it is just absolutely absurd. Now, additionally, you get the benefit of the Gathering Burst Shard. Flameburst Tower's fireballs deal more damage the further they travel, up to 80% more damage. This is one you'd want to get gilded. It would definitely turn your Flameburst into an absolute beast. Now, we are here on Chaos 8 Plunderer's Paradise, and let's go ahead and get this rolling. So, first things first, we want to set our Flameburst up. Now, I thought about using that generic projectile relic that I have here, defense rate, piercer servo, and defense range servo. However, the defense range would be completely useless as the range on them is just so crazy good. So with that in mind, we still do want piercer servo. We're going to want defense rate as well. So I think we'll go with this one, piercer servo, defense rate, and anti-melee, another kind of generic relic. However, it is going to get the job done, no doubt. So anti-melee, defense rate, and piercer servo. Now, the whole point of defense rate, of course, is to free up a shard slot. Now, that's going to allow us to stack destruction and mass destruction right on that bad boy. Now, as always, we are going to bring along some oil geysers just for destructive pylon. Nothing really set up on it at all. And then we're going to use a boost aura as well. So let's go ahead and get things started here. We got 1,200, and there's basically 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's basically 5 main lanes, so we're going to be able to do, 240 per lane. Quite the generous amount of DU. Now, to take advantage of that Gathering Burst, of course, we're going to want to make sure we go at maximum range. So we don't want our flame bursts overlapping the spawn areas at all. We just want it so that they're going to be able to hit at maximum range. Let's see, we've got enough for 3 of them. That is 120. That would be 200. We can go one more. So let's go, let's just put another flame burst, say, we'll just drop it just right there in front. Then we're going to be able to get our destructive pylon in, and we're going to be able to get our boost aura in. Now, this is going to make these flame bursts hit like an absolute truck. Since the range on them is so incredible, we're not going to bother protecting them in any way versus the hex throwers. This is actually going to leave me a little bit extra DU, and it's a good thing because we're going to throw one right up here too to handle this flyer lane as well. So we're not going to put anything else with that one, but we're going to have a flame burst pounding away at those flyers. It actually will probably hit the ground lane as well, just a little. Now, speaking of, let's head on down to this ground lane. Now, once again, we want to go maximum range. So where is the best place? I mean, it feels like the best place would be really back in here a little bit. We're going to go ahead and go with 4 of them once again. In fact, this time I think we'll just go 2 and 2. Something like that, as that's still going to give plenty of room for destructive pylon to reach those back flame bursts, and then we got more than enough range on our boost aura to enclose that all in. So looking pretty good. We've spent 480 now, so we can just go ahead and sling the rest of this stuff down. Now, what do we want to do here? Once again, to maximize that range, it kind of feels like we should actually build up here. On the path. Let's just go let's go something like this. We'll go 3. We'll put the 4th one just say right here, and then we'll go ahead and just throw our destructive and our boost aura in right over on that side. Now that leaves me 500 DU left, and here we've got a little bit, you know, we've got a little room to play with. So I actually want to separate these, as normally I would try to maximize the at least boost aura usage and get both of these tower stacks into one boost aura. But I think we're just going to go ahead and separate it out. So let's go with the 4. We'll get the destructive pylon, and then we'll get the boost star in front. That leaves me quite a bit of DU for this lane. We're going to stretch it over here too. That way we can take advantage of hitting these baddies as they're coming across the bridge. I think we might be able to put 5 of them here, so we might be able to get an additional here. Let's just go something like this. We'll sneak that destructive pylon in right in the middle of it all. And that's going to leave me a little bit of change. So that is good because I've got 20 left over. I can always throw a destructive pylon up here on this flyer lane. And that will help get that boosted up as well to make sure these flyers are getting wrecked. Now, as always, let's just kind of chillax it out through the first wave and see how it goes. But I'm anticipating these things to be amazingly glorious. Now, remember, that is a fireball hitting, so it's going to explode on impact. It's going to cause some pretty massive devastation. In fact, I just don't even think anything is going to make it even remotely close. How we doing over here on the bridge? Looking good up on the bridge lane as well. Enemies getting burned on the bridge even before they even make it around the turn and across. How about down below? Down below, it would be nice to have something peeking a little bit down that lane. However, those are clearing. Those are getting the job done quite readily. Flameburst for the win. In fact, I mean, you could really use this as your main defense in all of Chaos 8. And if you're, you know, a fan of the Adept and a fan of just the Flameburst in general. Of course, the Flameburst Tower used to be in the game and was removed when things were changed. It was converted to a Flamethrower Tower. The Flamethrower Tower used to be a skill sphere back in another world when skill spheres were a thing in Dungeon Defenders 2. But the Flameburst has made a return, and it is awesome. No doubt. The Shard Fort is quite unique, kind of maximizing your benefit for really creating a build at maximum range. So, you know, some maps you could do a straight up turtle build and really get the job done with this one. But as you see, it was quite the snooze fest. It just wrecked through everything. So I'm just going to collect up mana and we will upgrade the Flameburst only. But let's go ahead and jump on forward to wave number 5 and the final wave here. And here we go into wave number 5. I gotta say, the Flamebursts are just doing wonderful. They're absolutely glorious. Just completely destroying the content here and getting the job done. I'm not even going to bother with this last wave's worth of upgrades. Let's check out the Deathweaver and see how it holds up. Where is it? Is it up top? Or no, here it comes. It's in inside of that geode over there. 171 million health. So, I mean, not an absurd amount of health, but enough to prove the point. The geode is down, and then now the Deathweaver just getting pounded into the ground. Same thing has happened with all of the bosses. I did get a Siege Roller, which I went over and killed manually. However, every boss has just completely evaporated. We had Quibbly on this one. We had an Ogre, and then, of course, we had the Deathweaver there. Looks like we got an Ogre and a Captain over here. Let's check out the Ogre first. Oh, it is just dying. And then the Captain over on this side. Let that assassin fall off. Where is the Captain at? Oh, the Captain was actually up top on the bridge. Just got devastated, though. So, as you see, the bosses are just getting burned like there is no tomorrow. And assassins just kind of fall right off as soon as the Flameburst just blast them. Let's take a peek around, see if we got any super awesome loot lying about. Nothing to write home and tell Mom about yet. Let's see what is over here. Nothing exceptional over here, but this one will be all about the victory chest. Let's see, we got a Gridlock coming out too. Gridlock, of course, having that shield. Let's see how it does for him. Well, with the Piercer Servo, oh yeah, we're just going to chew right through that like it is just nothing. So good stuff here from the Flameburst Tower. Definitely a mighty, mighty defense. Anxious to play around with it a little bit more, as the Flameburst is just looking very, very effective for clearing out the Chaos 8 here. Got a little piercer servo there and nothing else. Let's see what's in the box. Maybe we got some super fat loot here. Let's check it out. Looks like nothing special. We did get the Captain's Persuader with Walk the Plank. Of course, it's a 1 in 11 chance of what mod you're going to get there from any of these high seas pirate maps here in Dungeon Defenders 2. But that will do it for now. Thank you all so much for watching. Flameburst equal good. Check them out, y'all. And I will see ya next time around. Take it easy.